We got to meet this guy as a result of your emails across the country. One of our television audience members told us about a company called Splash Beverage Group, or like I like to call them, Beverage Group. SBEV, they're publicly traded. And of course, you can go to drinktapout.com is one of their websites. Copa Divino is another website. salttequila.com, another website.
Now we're talking.
And then splashbeveragegroup.com. But I just like this guy so much that, I'm so glad to have him back. Robert Nistico is the CEO. What's up, man? Great to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks.
It's great to be back. Thanks for having me on the show again, guys. I really enjoy it. And, last time we talked about a couple cool things. Today, I think, I think your producer asked about distribution. I thought that'd be a great topic. And, so many beverage companies underestimate the challenges of distribution and the importance of it.
Yeah.
And one of the things we do very well happens to be distribution. But, I worry about people getting into this space. They think it's easy, but getting a brand, the best brand in the world, the best liquid, the best name, the best packaging. If no one can get it on shelf, then you're dead in the water.
Well, isn't that interesting? Because that's like television. We could produce a television program, and if nobody was there to air it, then it's Wayne's World.
Hello.
If you are writing music and you create great music, but nobody is giving you distribution, then you are now have a hobby of writing music. It's the same thing with business, is it not? And this is a space where you see guys popping up all the time that are kind of a Me Too type thing, right?
I'm on the end of the distribution level. I take it from the shot glass straight into my mouth.
The last inch solution. But talk about that. I mean, how did you guys get? I mean, obviously you were with the senior vice president, general manager at Red Bull for years. Yeah. So you had those contacts and relationships in place. But Robert, had you not had those things, but you knew that you had a good product on your hands, like you do now, what would have been your first step to do that? Because those guys are getting inquiries every single day, are they not?
Yeah, absolutely. And I probably would have been on the end of the distribution, just like Russ. But it's very challenging. It's challenging as heck. These guys, they get a box and a half across their desk every day. When I was on the distribution side for a number of years with Republic National, I used to call it cardboard boxes of hopes and dreams. Yeah. You get, a box with some sort of liquid in there. It might be branded, it might not be. And once in a while, once in a blue moon, you'd get a really nice diamond in the rough you'd want to work with. But unfortunately, people think it's easy. You go to the zoo, you pick a color and an animal, and you're going to sell it to Walmart. Right. It just doesn't work that way. The execution in this space is one of the hardest things to do.
Robert Nistico is our guest. He's the founder and CEO of a company called Splash Beverage Group. So let's talk about the company itself, because one of the things that makes you attractive is the fact that you do have 30 years almost in this beverage business, and you do have those relationships. So there's a lot of success already built in anything you're going to do with respect to the beverage market. Well, you're leveraging that quite nicely. Talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have organic, long-term relationships. Distribution trusts us, retail trusts us, so it gives us a pathway or a route to market, I should say. That said, though, even with our relationships, it's very difficult. So when we look to acquire a brand, like most recently Copa Divino, the Shark Tank brand, that brand came with 82 DSD, meaning local beer distributors across the country. And that's invaluable. I mean, absolutely invaluable. Distribution. I can build a brand and keep it going and growing for almost a decade with strong distribution.
Hey, Robert, is the secret sauce to the beverage industry? I think it's so interesting when people come pitch television programs and guests and stuff, and they say things like, "This is a really great," and I'm thinking, well, that's already given. Yeah. you better be really great. Right. But as far as the beverage industry goes, is it how great it tastes? Is it the branding? Is there one thing that will kill it or cure it? Is there one? I mean, because I know that look, I'll give you a brand, let's say, one that Vitamin Water, for example. And I think it's owned by Pepsi or Coke or something like that. And Vitamin Water, to me, the sugar-free Vitamin Water tasted good, and that's why I drank it. I didn't care about the branding on the thing. On the other side of the fence, I really wanted to like Monster Energy drink way back when. Me too. Because I dug the brand, but I just didn't like it. I never bought it.
I couldn't get into.
For you guys, what's the secret sauce?
Yeah, for us, it's all three platforms. You have to have good brand, you have to have packaging that makes sense, and it's on trend with consumers. And I'm sorry, I'm going back to good distribution.
Yeah.
It really, the product needs to deliver its promise. Our product Tap Out, for example, good segue there.
Yeah.
It is you are very professional. This is an isotonic hydration recovery sport drink. It has an incredible nutrient panel, perfectly balanced. Our nutritionist is a savant. This guy's incredible. His name's Sanjeev Javia. He understands how vitamins play together. So delivering its promise for efficacy is really, really important, because you can make people drink it with distribution and marketing, but if they don't have a good experience with the brand, for example, they're depleted, they're thirsty as heck, and the next thing you know, they drink one of our products, Tap Out, they feel better in about 10 minutes. That's it. The loop is closed. They're ours forever.
Yeah. If one is better than the other, too, does that affect and say, like, wow, no matter where, I just love the flavor of this stuff, and you'll go find it. Otherwise,
In the same vein, is it if they see the same label on it, regardless of the flavor, will they go buy it? I mean, what's the research show you on that? I mean, if I like your, if I like your flavor one, will I automatically try your flavor two?
Yeah, that's very common. People want to, once they trust the brand, they want to experience the entire brand. So for us, one of our core values is pre-existing brand awareness. We don't want to build Sully and Robert and Russ's juice. Nobody cares, right? So having a brand like Tap Out that's 23 years old, there's aided and unaided awareness. People already trust it because they recognize it. They try one, they have a good experience. They will run through the entire flavor panel.
Before I let you out of here today, his name is Robert Nistico. He's the founder and CEO of Splash Beverage Group. You can go to splashbeveragegroup.com. Probably the easiest. We'll also put it out to our 130,000 followers between Twitter and YouTube and what's the other one called? Oh yeah, TikTok, where we have 3 million views of our content.
I'd like to distribute some of that salt tequila right here in the old pie hole.
What is next for you, Robert? You got the next 18 months ahead of you. We're getting into a regular economy again. What's next for the company?
Yes, sir. We are in acquisition mode. Obviously, I can't tell you who we're talking to, but our next acquisition, we're about halfway down the path, maybe 3/4 way down the path. It's a good one, and it will add significant revenues in 2021, especially in 2022. So we want to bring on the right brands that fit the portfolio strategically and add to our offering, and also add to our distributors. Our distributors like the portfolio approach. And that little brand you just had up there called Poco Loco.
Yeah.
This is innovation. This is the first paper can that holds a little bit of carbonation.
Wow.
And is not just recyclable, guys. It's a 90% biodegradable.
That's
My
good.
goodness. So at the
Big
end of the day, you've got social conscious investing at the same time.
Go
at the same
green.
time. Robert, can't wait to have you back on the air with us again. Once again, always a pleasure. Robert Nistico is his name. Founder and CEO of Splash Beverage Group. I think Russ got his order
Salt
in.
tequila. We'll look for the UPS truck.
Yeah, and then Copa de Vino is that's a little cup of Chardonnay, or a cup of Copa, meaning cup, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Those are individual servings of Merlot, Riesling, Chardonnay,
All the above.
Zinfandel, and all the other gang there. But
Have a
Copa de
bunny-
Vino, that's a great idea.